my name is Joey Tulyanond. I'm the owner. But as the owner, you can give yourself any title. So my title, my official title here is Chief Greening Officer. There's CEO, there's COO. There should be CGO, Chief Greening Officer, of all big companies, or even small companies. And the reason why I wanted to do this is because we have such an amazing part of Bangkok, which is very green, very untouched, and not many people know about it. And I just wanted to create a small place where people can come enjoy themselves in this area. A lot of material we use is organic material, like bamboo, like wood, even driftwood, wood that comes in from the river. And these are material we pick because we think it's beautiful. You know, using organic material is beautiful. Something that's not made by machines. Every piece is different. Every piece has its own characteristic, and that's why we love using organic material. But also because if at the end of the day we need to throw it away, it just becomes fertilizer, becomes soil. In terms of the insulating properties of these material, I mean I would say the material that we use is more for finishing, for the outside panels. So it's not used for insulation purposes. But instead of just focusing on insulation, what we do is we do realize that we have to provide a lot of ventilation. Ventilation on top of the room so that there isn't accumulation of heat. Ventilation, cross ventilation between the front of the room and the back of the room, so you can open windows so that the air flows. So when you're thinking of building green, it's not only insulation, but it's also using ventilation, using direction. Where does the wind come from? Where does the sun come from? And using the right appliances. Internet, Google. You have no excuse today to not become green. Becoming green is obviously it's responsible. It's cheaper. I would say it's cheaper, but most importantly, you can find information on the internet. You can learn about how to make your own cleaning solution. You can learn about how to make your own natural pool without experts. Sure, there will be a process of trial and error because some ingredients would work better than others. Some formulas would work better than others. But that's the whole fun of being green. You get to try your own way of doing things, and it's a process of trial and error. We think people are willing to pay more because they understand that the initial investment cost of doing something green might be higher. The cost of doing something in the middle of the forest like this is obviously going to be more expensive than building it right next to the road. But there is a charm by this being not accessible by road. You come in by the river, you come in by foot, you come in by bike. That's one thing. Another thing is we don't have economy of scale. We're not like the Holiday Inn or the Marriott where we have 300 rooms. We've got 10 rooms, and there's fixed costs such as doing a website, such as hiring people. That is a fixed cost. Where if we're smaller, then it makes it a little bit more expensive. But at the end of the day, somebody who does this, they're not only doing it for the money. They're doing it because it's something that is responsible, and it is something that you want other people to understand. So yes, we do charge this price because there is some cost involved, but at the end of the day, it's not about making money. It's about wanting to do something different that satisfies your needs, but also that difference has to be something that other people can look to and say, look, maybe I can do this at my house. Something that will help make less of an impact on both society and nature. Yes, for our cleaning staff and our cooks, all of them are from the community. All of them live in a radius of maybe 2 kilometers. So they bike here, they walk here, they motorcycle here. I mean, obviously there's an issue of transportation. Because they don't have to go into Bangkok, they don't have to waste time and money to commute. There's that issue. But one issue that a lot of people don't realize is the issue of being a family. You're in this community, so you want a sense that the people here who works here, they care about the area. They care about what happens in this area. They care about the people who come in. They make a positive impact, and you don't get that anymore in big cities. People don't care about each other. You live individually in your own house, in your own store. You might not even know the person living right next to you. Whereas in this community, people do know each other and they still care for each other. So when we opened this place, we said, look, we don't want to. We think it's such a unique society to have people still know each other and care for each other. So let's continue this by hiring local people. Because if you hire people from Bangkok, yes, their English is great, they're professional, but you don't get a sense of community. The policy is for every booking we get, we remove 1 kilogram of trash. And the guests don't do that. We hire people, we hire the locals to come in and clear the trash. The philosophy behind that is a lot of companies are trying to make no impact on the environment, on their community, but I think it should be more than that. People should be making not no impact but positive impact. So this is one way we're making a positive impact, meaning that the more rooms we get, the more money that comes in. The more money that comes in, the more money to hire locals to come clean the trash. It's something that people can do easily to make a positive impact on the area. Your question about is this meaningful? I would say if you compared the trash that we clean to what's in the Chao Phraya River, no. It's probably not even, we're not even cleaning 0.0001% of what's out there. But at least what we're doing is meaningful for our area. You come here and there's less trash in the river in this area. There's more space on the ground for the trees to grow. The animals, they can crawl more freely because there's less trash. But if everybody didn't do this, then nobody would be doing anything. So I guess my point is making a small impact is even regardless of how small it is, it's better doing nothing. No. Comfort means different things to many people. Comfort for you and comfort for me is different. For you, or for another person, comfort might be turning the air conditioning to 22 degrees and living in a concrete house. But for some people, it could be just being with nature and being next to the river so that there's air coming through. I think a lot of people would find this comforting, convenient. I think you have to change people's mindset. That sometimes things in life, they're not instantaneous. It's not quick. Sometimes it takes time for things to happen, you know. But we live in a society where you demand things happen right away. You want it to be cool, so you turn on the air conditioning and it's cool within 10 seconds. You want food, so you put it in the microwave so it's ready for you in 1 minute. You know, things like that. Yes, it is convenient in the short run, but in the long run, what's the impact? Whereas if you build a house that's built with the environment, yes, maybe it doesn't take 10 seconds to cool down, but if you open the right windows, you turn your house in the you build your house so it's facing the wind, maybe it's even more comfortable with air conditioning. Food-wise, instead of buying from the store in a freezer, you grow your own, and it's healthier, and you know where it's coming from. So I think convenience, comfort, it's subjective, and if there's the right mindset for people, then they can understand how living with nature is more convenient and more and more of a comfort than it is to use technology. I thought that I would want to do that, but I don't. At first, I was thinking, well, let's have signs explaining everything. When they leave, let's have a book so that when they go home, they can change their lifestyle and make their own cleaning products, grow their own food. But I think real education has to you have to find it yourself. So when they come, you maybe they get inspired by this, maybe they don't. But it's not up to you to force it upon them. I think people sometimes they need time to learn these things and appreciate these things, and you shouldn't be too forceful. You should let them experience it, and if they like it, then great. If they don't, then they don't. Obviously, they're a little bit more educated, and I think what these customers are is they've lived in the city, they've stayed in nice hotels, but you can find that anywhere. They just want to find something that is more in touch with nature. They want to stay somewhere where once they walk out, they don't have to go to the gym and run on a treadmill. They can run on the pathways and see animals, see wildlife. I think that's the trend of the future. People coming back to the basic. I think most of our customers are like that. They've experienced a lot of things, and at the end of the day, they think being in touch with nature is what they want to experience.
Because this is not about luxury, this hotel.
No.
It's more about sustainability and
which means that we get a lot of unhappy customers also, because for that price range of about $140, you want luxury. You think you're paying $140, so you should get the same luxury as you do at a 4 or 5 star hotel that charges the same amount. But again, luxury for different people means different things. So for some people, luxury is not being near a road, not being near a 7-Eleven. The fact that they can wake up in the morning and they can go jogging in nature. For those people, they're happy. But for people who expect that there should be a road right in front of the hotel so that the car can park and they can get off and have a staff carry their bags to the room, then those people, their expectations aren't met. A lot of people ask that, but it's a business mindset. How do you grow? Maybe we don't want to grow. Maybe we want to keep it 10 rooms. I think sometimes in society you expect that when progress is always moving forward. Maybe it's not. Maybe progress is moving backwards and trying to see how you can not grow economically but grow spiritually. You know, instead of building more, maybe you build less. Instead of creating more products, maybe you create less products, but less products with less of an impact on the environment, for example. So yeah, a lot of people like to ask, you know, what's the next plan for the Bangkok Tree House? How are you going to grow? And I think it's an interesting question, but maybe it's not always the mindset of businesses to always want to grow. I think we just want to remain small and keep it a family business like this.